Hey folks, this is HKPSG1 Shooter, and as things usually go for me, I'm constantly running around putting out fires. Today we're stomping out our annual fire that has to be stomped out, reseeding our oyster beds. This is part of our requirement with DNR. In order to maintain our lease for the shellfish beds, we're required to put back 50 bushels for every acre of lease that we have. Comes out to about 2,000 bushels a year is what we have to put out. And if y'all watched my other video from last year where we had the really big iron barge with the pump and everything else where you could drive the loader right up onto it, that was real easy. This year we're doing it the hard way. Instead of using this big iron barge, we're using a makeshift floating dock that's 8 foot by 10 foot. And you can't drive the loader onto it. You just have to wait till high tide and put it up next to the seawall and precariously balance yourself on the edge and carefully dump the load onto the barge, onto the dock here, because too much on one side, the whole thing is going to flip over and you're going to lose the whole load right there before you even leave the dock. In any case, each one of these scoops is probably 50 bushels of shells. We're putting about 3 per load, so it's about 150 bushels. And we're about to get underway and get it moving here in just a minute. Okay, so here we are aboard our version of the barge, which is basically a John boat pushing this floating dock, and as you can see, we have a 3-inch trash pump here, and you see the front corners of the dock just about to go under the water. This is a real nerve-wracking kind of ride going out here. In any case, we're about to start her up. Watch this.
Alright, here we go.
Had some technical difficulties the first day using too small of a pump, little 1.5-inch dinky pump. After having to shove this stuff off with a boat paddle, I went out the next day and I rented us a 3-inch trash pump. This makes all the difference in the world. It's probably moving as much water as that pump on that big barge we used last year. In any case, what we do here is at high tide we go out onto areas of the lease where there's no oysters growing, where it's mostly mud flats, and we put these shells out in a layer, and the next time that oysters spawn out in the creek, they release spat, and those will attach to these shells and start growing, and in about 2 or 3 years you'll have oysters that are large enough to harvest. Figured out real quick though, this 3-inch pump has a lot of pressure. You can see we've got it actually tied off at the bow up there. The first trip out, I tried to hold on to the thing by myself, and I nearly took a trip out of the boat. I mean, it just about blew me overboard. The thing is no joke. It takes about probably 10 minutes to push this load off with this pump. While our barge may not be the best in the world, we definitely have the right pump for this. You can see we're just blowing it around the edges of the grass, and we'll be waiting for it to grow. So once again, another fire successfully stomped out, at least until next year. And with that said, I'll be looking forward to oyster season, getting back out here with my tongs and getting me some oysters this year, making a little bit of money. So job well done. This is HKPSG1 Shooter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the flip side. Take care.